to Atlanta, Georgia, football fans, as we get a look inside a Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, two NFC South teams set to tangle. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And away we go at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Return starts at the 3. This makes it up to the 25. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. They managed 3 yards on the totes. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Baker now from the gun. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Irving here from the gun. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
They've got a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. He's going deep this time. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Short, Mayfield. That one's good to Godwin. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now a carry by Irving. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
Just an outstanding play by that safety. But I'll say this, Kate, that offensive coordinator, take note. Those safeties are flying downhill. To create a negative play on a toss, I can assure you a reverse, a trick play, something over their heads coming eventually.
From the gun, Mayfield. Caught just shy of the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. Irving has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. All right, so a nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin the season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will, but I don't know. I got that Pete Carroll just still bouncing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, but you can't start much better than that.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Pennick's gonna throw straight away. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. Well, maybe the rest of the game's gonna be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He throws a bullet deep. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Fielded just shy of the end zone. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Irving. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Godwin, the man in motion left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Down the field, Evans has it. Hits the 20. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Mike Evans with a touchdown.
There's a good chance he wasn't even looking when that ball was released, but the crowd, well, the crowd let him know exactly what was going on. He could feel the swell of excitement whenever they take a deep shot. And it's only going to get louder now as they were able to connect.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Pennick's here from the gun. And he'll go down. The Bucs brought pressure and got him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. the sack, another pass on second down. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing third and long. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. And there's a man there, it's intercepted! And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, it's a position you expect interceptions from, Brock, but not a lot of them come easier than that for a cornerback. His teammate makes the hit as the QB tries to throw it, and it really affected how that one came out.
Yeah, that corner's going to get that pick under his stat column individually, but that was a collective effort. It was all about the pass rush. And those great corners, they know it. They know it takes everybody. The guys up front doing their job, and when the ball falls harmlessly in his hands like that, well, he does his job to finish with the INT.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra, block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Here's 2nd and 7. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Now ahead of 3rd down, we get a pause here. They're going to call a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Baker. Brought in left side by Godwin.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's a 14-7 game. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. For the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator, quarterback gonna be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Escapes out to the left. Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Down. Here's Mayfield. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that will push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they get to him a good ways downfield from that line of scrimmage. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And they take him down right along the 30. Penix on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Beast, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Penix on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done. Working quickly here. Robinson. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Again, it's Robinson. And he's backed up again as they stop him for another loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Penix on 3rd and goal. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons reduce the lead to just 4. Extra point by Koo is up and good. And the Falcons cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. So a crazy first half has finally reached the 2-minute warning. And it's the Buccaneers about set to begin their drive. First and 10, here's Mayfield. That's complete downfield to Godwin. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
Finds his back. It's Robinson. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. On first down, here's Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Penix working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Third down, it's Penix. This finds Shark complete. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. First and 10, around to Robinson. Finds a nice lane there, and that's good for 6 yards. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down run gets them 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Penix. That one connects. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take the lead just before halftime. Coup on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. To kick it away, here's Pinion. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Godwin, the man in motion left. First down, here's Baker. Caught, nice gain left side. Into the red zone. And in, touchdown Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take the lead just before halftime. Mike Evans with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. All right, whistles. They've got a timeout. 7 seconds to go in this half. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He'll throw it. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far, but this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
He fires one deep down the middle. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he'll go down. The Bucs brought pressure and got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
Another try following the sack. That one's complete, right side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Down give to Robinson. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Back to throw it. Gets this one to London. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Here from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the pistol, Penix. On and quick, and they bring him down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he is on 3rd and long. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
Looking to throw. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Godwin, the man in motion left. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Oh, he put everything he had. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers push their lead further to start the half. Mike Evans with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the teeth, and he's ready to send this flight. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To the air with Penix. Short pass brought in. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. On 1st down, here's Penix. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Working quickly here. Trying again, following the sack. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Throwing from the gun here. That one's incomplete over the middle. That one intended for Drake London. And that brings up 4th and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
4th down, here's Penix. Connects on the crosser. And as we kind of expected, it does not work out. A little surprised to see him go for it. They're headed off after they turn it over on downs. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Godwin, the man in motion left. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. His shot downfield will wind up incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Irving on the inside give. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 3rd and 2, here's Mayfield. Got a man, this is Evans. And they get this down to the 28. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. On the move, headed right. Completed to his running back. Small gain down to the 23. Tackled by Wk1.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Here's 2nd and 5. Catch is made in close. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Mike Evans with a touchdown. His 4th receiving score of the game. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers take a 3-possession lead. McLaughlin has it on the teeth, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get 13 on the pickup, and it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Staying with Robinson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Penix finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's not quite over yet, but it took a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. This one is up and good. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Bucs to the line, 1st and 10. Running left, this is Irving. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. In motion left is Evans. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Third and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of saying, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Penix working from the gun. We look underneath here, Robinson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 7. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Penix on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Penix is going to throw again. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Cousins throwing again. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender comes away with it. And the Buccaneers take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Mayfield. He put everything he had into this one. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. They put a receiver in motion here left. 1st down, here's Baker. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With your route, check. Scared to catch, quickly become a runner, check. And finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Laughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers take a 3-possession lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Putting the body on the line for his team. 16. Yards on the play, and the Falcons will have a 1st. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down throw for Cousins. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, here's Cousins. Not enough on this throw, it hits the turf instead of his man. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3.
And there's a man there, it's intercepted! And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
They've got first down from the 31. They pitch it to him. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Oh, Bronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He beams one deep right side. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
You know what? With yet another interception, you know what it might be time to do, Kate? Just run the football. Run it.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Cousins. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
I think they were going to be grateful just to get the ball back, but now look at where they're getting it, Kate. This is already inside field goal range. I promise you this, they're going to be disappointed if they don't get at least 3 points off that takeaway.
I'm going to pass it here. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Falcons can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
Well, Kate, that's far from the first time we've seen him throw into the wrong team, but this one was probably the most costly.
Cousins on 1st down. He goes back to him yet again, complete. He's at the 30. And they are all the way into that red zone. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. First and 10, Cousins. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Here he goes, one final shot. And it's caught for the touchdown, no time left, so a positive note at the very end in this loss. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. Drake London with the touchdown. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but Coach will always emphasize effort on the field. Reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.